a blind goat and a deaf dog. Their bond defies all odds. Two souls intertwined in a world that often overlooks them. Get ready for a heartwarming tale that will make you believe in the power of friendship. Before we dive into this touching story, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Your subscription means the world to us and helps ensure that the stories of these beautiful animals reach more hearts. So, please, join our community now. The sun rose gently over the small farm, casting a golden hue across the fields. In the corner of the pen, a blind goat named Bella stood, her soft bleats echoing in the stillness. Nearby, a deaf dog named Max lay sprawled in the warm sun, his ears perked up as he sensed the world through vibrations. The bell rang for breakfast, and the farm buzzed with life. Yet, in this bustling environment, two unlikely friends found solace in each other. Bella stumbled slightly, her hooves unsure on the uneven ground. Max sprang to his feet, his tail wagging with enthusiasm. With a gentle nudge, he guided Bella forward, his body a steady anchor in her uncertain world. As they moved together, the atmosphere shifted, a palpable connection formed between them, one that transcended their limitations. The other animals watched in awe as the duo navigated the farm. They had their own way of communicating. Max would bark softly, while Bella would respond with a series of soothing bleats. Each interaction was a testament to their unique bond, a dance of trust and understanding that melted the hearts of everyone around them. But today, a storm was brewing on the horizon, and with it came a challenge that would test their friendship like never before. As dark clouds rolled in, the winds picked up, and uncertainty loomed. Would their bond be strong enough to withstand the storm? As dark clouds loomed overhead, the atmosphere on the farm shifted from serene to tense. Bella and Max, oblivious to the brewing storm, continued their daily routine, their bond unwavering. But the other animals sensed the change. They huddled closer together, watching as the wind began to whip through the fields, rustling the leaves and sending a shiver down their spines. "Look at them," whispered Clara, the wise old horse, to the younger animals. "Those two are inseparable. It's a miracle they've found each other in this chaotic world." Her voice was laced with admiration, but a hint of worry lingered in her tone. Benny, the mischievous rooster, cocked his head to the side. "Miracle. More like madness. They're going to get themselves into trouble. Just wait until the storm hits." His feathers ruffled as he strutted around, uncertain of how to feel about the duo. Meanwhile, Bella, feeling Max's presence close by, leaned against him, seeking the familiar comfort of her friend. "Let's go explore the meadow," she bleated softly, her voice filled with a mix of excitement and trepidation. Max, sensing her eagerness, responded with a gentle bark, nudging her forward. Together, they began to make their way toward the meadow, unaware of the impending storm. As they ventured, the winds howled louder, and the first drops of rain began to fall, splattering against the earth like tiny drummers announcing the tumult ahead. The other animals retreated to the shelter of the barn, casting nervous glances at the vulnerable duo. "They'll never make it back in this weather," Clara said, her heart heavy with concern. "Someone should go after them." But as they debated, a loud clap of thunder echoed across the farm, startling Bella. She stumbled, her hooves slipping on the slick grass. Max immediately sensed her distress. He rushed to her side, barking urgently, guiding her back to solid ground. "Don't worry, Bella, I'm here," he seemed to convey through his actions. Just then, a flock of curious children from the nearby village arrived at the farm, drawn by the storm and the commotion. They gasped as they spotted Bella and Max in the meadow, struggling against the mounting chaos. "Look, the blind goat and the deaf dog," one child exclaimed, her eyes wide with wonder. "They're all alone." "What are they doing out there?" another child asked, concern etched on their face. "They need help." Some of the children began whispering theories among themselves. "Maybe they're looking for something," one boy suggested. "Something important." "Or maybe they're lost," another girl chimed in, her voice trembling with worry. Yet, amid the uncertainty, one child, a girl named Maya, stood frozen in place, captivated by the scene unfolding before her. "They're not lost," she said quietly, a smile breaking through her worry. "They're together. That's all that matters." Back on the meadow, Bella and Max were facing the storm head-on. The rain began to pour, and the wind howled like a wild beast. Bella's heart raced as she felt the ground tremble beneath her. "Max," she called out, her bleats filled with fear. "I'm right here," Max barked, his voice steady despite the chaos. He pressed his body against hers, providing a comforting presence amidst the storm. "Just follow my lead, Bella." As the rain fell harder, the ground turned muddy and treacherous. The animals watching from the barn could hardly bear to look. Clara paced nervously, her heart aching for her friends. "They need to get to safety. Someone has to go after them." But before anyone could act, Maya, filled with determination, dashed toward the meadow. "I'll save them," she shouted, her small frame darting through the rain. The other children followed, their hearts pounding with a mix of fear and hope. "Wait!" Clara called out, but it was too late. The children were already sprinting toward Bella and Max, their voices ringing out above the storm. "Bella! Max! We're coming!" they yelled, their unified call cutting through the thunder. Feeling the vibrations of their footsteps, Max turned his head, sensing the approaching rescue. "Bella! They're here!" he exclaimed, relief flooding his voice. But as the children drew closer, another loud crack of thunder echoed, causing Bella to jump in fear. She stumbled again, her legs unsure. Max quickly positioned himself in front of her, shielding her from the chaos. "Stay close, Bella. I won't let anything happen to you." The children reached the pair, their faces a mix of determination and anxiety. "We're here to help," Maya shouted, reaching out her hand to Bella. "You're safe now." But just as they were about to guide the duo back to safety, a fierce gust of wind swept through the meadow, knocking Maya off balance. "No!" she cried, watching helplessly as Bella began to retreat in fear. In that moment, time seemed to stand still. The bond between Bella and Max shone brightly, a beacon of hope amidst the storm. "Together, Bella, we can do this," Max encouraged, his heart racing with the urgency of the moment. If this story is touching your heart, make sure to comment from where you are hearing this amazing story. With renewed determination, Bella steadied herself, finding her courage in Max's unwavering support. Slowly but surely, They began to move forward, guided by the gentle hands of the children and the steadfast presence of one another. As they made their way toward the barn, the storm raged around them, but their hearts beat in harmony, a testament to their unbreakable bond. With each step, they defied the odds, proving that true friendship can weather any storm. As the storm raged on, Bella and Max trudged through the mud, their hearts pounding in unison. With each step, the fear of the storm began to fade, replaced by the comforting rhythm of their bond. The children surrounded them, creating a protective barrier against the chaos. Their laughter, a stark contrast to the thunder that roared above. But just when it seemed they were safe, a bolt of lightning struck nearby, illuminating the sky in a blinding flash. The sudden brightness startled Bella, causing her to rear back in panic. In that moment, she lost her footing and tumbled into a deep puddle, splashing mud everywhere. "Bella!" Max barked, rushing to her side. He nuzzled her gently, trying to calm her racing heart. "I'm here. You're okay." The children gasped, their eyes wide with concern. "We need to help her," Maya shouted, her voice filled with urgency. Yet, as they reached out, something unexpected happened. Bella, still trembling from the shock, felt a peculiar sensation beneath her hooves. It was different from the soft earth or the cold wetness of the puddle. She paused, focusing intently. It was a rhythm, a pulse, strong and steady. "What is that?" Maya wondered aloud, kneeling beside Bella. "She seems to sense something." As Bella concentrated, the mysterious rhythm became clearer. It was the heartbeat of the land itself. She realized that this was no ordinary puddle. It was a hidden spring, a source of life bubbling just beneath the surface. The storm had uncovered something extraordinary. "Bella, can you feel it?" Max asked, noticing her stillness. "What's happening?" "I can feel the ground thumping," Bella bleated softly, her voice a mixture of wonder and confusion. "It's alive." The children exchanged glances, a mix of excitement and disbelief. "That's incredible," one of them exclaimed. "We need to dig. There could be water trapped here." With newfound determination, the children began to work together, scooping away the mud. Bella, guided by Max, stood watch, her heart swelling with pride at their teamwork. Slowly, the spring began to reveal itself, water bubbling forth, sparkling in the storm's dim light. As the water flowed, the other animals watched in awe from the barn. Clara stepped forward, her eyes wide with amazement. "This is a miracle," she whispered, realizing the profound impact this discovery would have on the farm. But then, as the children dug deeper, they unearthed something even more surprising. A small, ancient stone, engraved with mysterious markings, surfaced from the muddy depths. Maya brushed off the dirt, her curious fingers tracing the symbols. "What does this mean?" she wondered aloud. As she spoke, a sudden gust of wind swept through the meadow, causing the stone to vibrate. Bella felt the pulse again, stronger this time, resonating with the very essence of the farm. It was as if the land itself was awakening, revealing secrets long buried. "Maybe this stone is important," Maya exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "It could hold the key to something incredible." Bella and Max exchanged glances, a sense of purpose igniting within them. They understood that this was not just about them anymore. Their bond had led to a discovery that could change the fate of the farm. But the pressure began to mount. They had to protect what they had found. As the storm continued to rage, the animals gathered closer, sensing the shift in the air. The wise Clara spoke up, her voice steady and calm. This stone may be a symbol of unity. It reminds us that we are all connected, no matter our differences. We must work together to understand its significance. But in the back of the group, Benny the rooster squawked, his feathers ruffled with jealousy. "Why should they get all the attention?" he muttered under his breath. "The goat and the dog are just lucky. They don't deserve this." His words rippled through the other animals, some nodding in agreement, while others looked quizzically at the duo. Bella, who had felt the weight of the world on her shoulders. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. It's our differences that make us unique, but it's our friendship that makes us powerful. Benny, overwhelmed by the sincerity of their words, felt a pang of shame. I didn't mean it like that," he stammered, realizing how his jealousy had clouded his judgment. Maybe I was wrong." The children, witnessing this moment of vulnerability, stepped forward, eager to bridge the gap. "We can all help each other," Maya said, her voice filled with enthusiasm. "Let's learn more about this stone and what it means for our farm." With that, the storm seemed to quiet, the winds calming as if acknowledging the newfound unity among the animals. Together, Bella, Max, the children, and the other animals began to explore the stone, each contributing their unique perspective. As they worked side by side, the bonds of friendship deepened, transforming the stormy day into one of hope and discovery. And in that moment, Bella realized that their journey was just beginning. They were not just a blind goat and a deaf dog. They were a part of something much larger, a community woven together by love, acceptance, and the power of friendship. What lay ahead was uncertain, but one thing was clear. Together, they could face anything life threw their way. The stone was a symbol of their journey, a reminder that even in the darkest storms, light could always be found when hearts are united. As the storm began to wane, Bella, Max, and the children stood around the newly discovered spring, their hearts still racing from the chaos, but filled with a sense of purpose. The ancient stone lay glistening in the rain-soaked mud, a symbol of unity that seemed to pulse with the rhythm of the land. "Let's take this stone back to the barn," Maya suggested, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "We can figure out what it means together." The other children nodded enthusiastically, eager to uncover the mystery. Max nudged Bella gently. "Are you ready?" he asked, his voice steady and reassuring. Bella, still feeling the vibrations of the land beneath her hooves, nodded. "Yes, let's go." As they made their way back, the storm clouds parted, allowing beams of sunlight to pierce through, illuminating the path ahead. The animals watched from the barn, their expressions a mix of hope and curiosity. Clara stepped forward, her wise gaze fixed on the approaching group. "What have you found?" she asked, her voice calm but filled with anticipation. "We discovered a hidden spring," Maya exclaimed, her excitement infectious. "And look at this stone. It might be important." She held it up for everyone to see, the markings shimmering in the light. The animals gathered around, intrigued. Bella felt the warmth of their interest, and with Max by her side, she took a deep breath. "This stone, it's a reminder of our bond," she began, her bleats resonating with sincerity. "Just like Max and I, we all have our unique strengths and challenges. Together, we can support one another." Benny, who had been lingering at the back, stepped forward, guilt evident on his face. "I was wrong to doubt you two," he admitted, his voice trembling. "I let my jealousy get the better of me. I see now how special your friendship is, and how it brings us all together." The other animals nodded in agreement, their hearts opened by the honesty of Benny's words. Clara smiled gently. "It takes courage to admit our mistakes. Benny, let's learn from each other, just as Bella and Max have shown us." With the storm now behind them, the atmosphere shifted from anxiety to warmth and camaraderie. The children placed the stone at the center of the barn, and together they began to brainstorm how to harness the power of the spring. Ideas flowed like the water itself, each contribution celebrated and embraced. "Maybe we can create a community garden," Maya suggested excitedly. "We can use the water from the spring to help us grow fresh vegetables and flowers for the farm." The animals cheered at the thought. Their spirits lifted. Bella felt a swell of pride in her heart. "And we can all work together to care for it," she added, her voice filled with enthusiasm. "Every step we take will be a step together." As the children and animals began to make plans, Max noticed Bella's expression change. "What's on your mind?" he asked gently, sensing her contemplation. "I'm just thinking about how far we've come," Bella replied, her voice soft. "I never imagined I could feel so strong, even with my blindness. You've taught me that I can rely on my other senses, and that together we can overcome anything." Max wagged his tail, his heart swelling with affection. "And you've taught me that true friendship is about trusting one another. I may not hear the world as you do, but I feel it, and I feel you." The children watched the exchange, their hearts warmed by the tenderness between the two friends. "You both inspire us," Maya exclaimed. "Your friendship proves that no matter our differences, we can create something beautiful together." As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the farm, a sense of peace enveloped everyone. The storm had unburdened them, revealing not just the hidden spring, but the depth of their connections. "Let's promise to always support each other," Bella said, looking at each face around her. "No matter what challenges we face, we will face them together." One by one, the animals nodded, and the children raised their hands in agreement. "Together!" they shouted in unison, their voices ringing with determination. In that moment, the bond between Bella and Max became a symbol for all, a reminder that love, trust, and friendship could indeed weather any storm. Their journey was just beginning, filled with hope and the promise of new adventures. As they settled in for the night, the gentle sounds of nature filled the air, harmonizing beautifully with the laughter of children and the soft bleats of a goat and the joyful barks of a dog. Bella and Max nestled close, their hearts at peace, knowing they had found a family that transcended the ordinary, one built on acceptance and unconditional love. If this story is touching your heart, Make sure to subscribe for more incredible stories like this one. Because just like Bella and Max, we all have our own stories to tell. And together, we can make the world a little brighter.